So I bought an excavator. 2 weeks ago, ordered a Agt QK20R. Ordered it direct through AGT. I don't know if many of you know, but they have warehouses in the United States. One's in Chicago, and the other one's someplace in California. So I went online, was looking at their machines, and I found this QK20R. Some of the description and details were a little, deceiving. So I don't know a whole lot about it, if I'm being honest. I watched, after I found it, I went on YouTube and was looking for videos, looking for forum posts about it, anything like that, and pretty much found nothing. The only thing I found was the videos from the auction houses showing that it worked, which didn't really give me any insight into things that I was honestly interested in. So, kind of bought a sight unseen. Here's what I do know. Originally, I was going for an H15, and I knew that would do what I was looking to do with it. But this machine seems to be a more premium version of that, I guess. Initially, I thought it would be drastically bigger because it would be a 20 class machine. But here's what I know. It has the Rado. Excuse me, guys. I've been wanting to make this video for a week, but I'm just getting over something now. And today's probably the first day that I can talk halfway normal. But it has the Rado engine. It has not the single cylinder. It's got the 2-cylinder that you see a lot of the skid steers, the 739, I think it is. So it's got that. As far as pumps, I don't know what it has. I know that it is pilot control, which was one of the huge things for me. It has the diverter valves and a hydraulic thumb on it factory, which was yet again another huge thing for me, and what kind of definitely put it a one-up over the H15. It's got like the plastic style consoles that like some of your DMX 12s and the diesel machines have like that, so a little bit more premium per se. And next to that, I don't really know, it weighs 2,250 pounds, they say. So I don't know. Well, I'm on my way home from work now. It got delivered a couple hours ago. My buddy Levi unloaded it for me, and we're gonna learn together. Well, here it is. It is, looks like it's fully assembled, and it was wrapped, and they strapped it to one of those blue chip pallets. So yeah, I mean, I guess we will unwrap it and see if there's any damage. All right, well, we got it unwrapped. Let's check it out. I will say that there are a few things with this machine that I am a little impressed. So, for one, I actually got the toolbox. I've heard that this is kind of fading. It's not being a thing anymore, but I do have the toolbox with the grease gun and everything. I have no manual. I also found on the internet it seems like there is no manual at all for these. But I did get the toolbox. No spare parts. I remember in the beginning they came with like enough spare parts to rebuild the whole thing. So that's not there. But it did come with the diamond stitched cover. Now these always make me laugh because this is smooth and slippery underneath. But yeah, you have this thing. So I don't know. It's cool. Am I going to use it? No. But the next thing I noticed was grease. Right? Big complaint with these auction machines is that, they're not greased. People get them home and run them, and they are just junked out. But this has grease. Now, not every pin's greasable. Like right here, right, for the thumb. Okay, I can replace those. It's not a big deal. But got the greasable pins. That's nice there. There's still the ones, some of them, as you see down here, the ones with the nut, and some are through bolt, but greasable. You know, there is grease all up and down the boom. We've got our diverter valve here. I mean, this is pretty nice, all things considered. Interestingly enough, no grease on the swivel, and these fittings are literally finger tight. But so this model has internal case drains. It doesn't have the case drains that go back, but you know, can't win them all. The other thing to note too is that this frame here that people brace so it doesn't bend, this is extremely beefy. The last time I looked at machines, I don't remember it being that beefy, but there's that. I do have some damage here, so I will be testing out that shipping or warranty, I don't know, but we've got, oh, that's just dust, but we do have damage through here. Nice sight glass for the hydraulic oil, really nice sight glass. It did come with 2 sets of keys. So this should be where the fuel tank and the hydraulic tank fill are. I don't know which keys are which, because there's literally, oh, look at that. Is this even, no, this is falling off. But as you can see, this is kind of, granted we're kind of downhill, but I'm assuming that this is the fuel tank. I can literally smell, it's either really bad gas or like really good gas. I don't know if that sounds crazy. It doesn't smell like gas. Okay, I had a little bit of a distraction, but we come to the conclusion the gas is like that good stuff that comes in a gallon can. So that's cool. I don't remember if I pointed this out, but it's loose. Has a sight glass for the hydraulics. Exhaust pokes through, that's nice. This label shows a single cylinder, which is interesting, but yeah. So this here is loose. It's like they used the wrong size bolt there. I don't know, but there's our engine, the Rado 739. You can see really nice craftsmanship here, like still razor sharp cutting it around. And you can see where this started to rust, or it was galvanized pipe, whatever. They spray painted it and there's overspray. But past quality control. There's some scratches here or there, which I know it's gonna have. One of the things I noticed too was like there's like touch-up paint and runs on the back. You know, stickers are peeling. It doesn't really matter to me. Kind of stuff I expected. Moving up onto this thing and look at it from up here. All right, so I'm sitting on the machine. As you can see, all the junk inside of my garage here is that we're offset. As you can see here, this is the center, but because of this, right, we're slightly offset. Now, this is kind of annoying, but I think it can be manageable. So we have down here, I don't know which one's which yet, but one's gonna be for your thumb or attachment, and the other one's gonna be for the blade. Hopefully this one is for the blade. The other thing, these are terribly loose, very easy to move, which whatever, but has autopilot. We can, I guess, continuously do a circle. So I wear a size 12 boot and I'm 6 foot tall. I mean, it's very manageable, but if you are doing a lot of thumb stuff, and this is one ends up being the thumb, I can see that being an issue. I have good headroom. So plenty of headroom here. Like I said, I'm 6 foot tall. So on this side, we have our hydraulic lockout, headlights. Back here, master kill, which is a little stiff. It's not a removable one, which, whatever. These are adjustable height. Now this is just how it's designed, but there's a nut that goes through and passes on. So it allows you to adjust the height. There's multiple nuts, as you can see back there. So they're always a little wobbly. I mean, even the nice machines are kind of like that. These are plastic, not a big deal. I mean, you can see the fit and finish there is kind of but I mean, you know, $6,000 machine. Over here, you have all the, I guess, room for options. You've got your hour meter under here, key switch, choke, which I like this, that this is a spring back because some people are dumb. And then you've got your ratcheting style throttle, which basically you push down this button, right? And then it locks it in. Unless you push the button, then you can move it to another position. So all in all, this machine here, I like it. The biggest letdown for me, I think, is this. So far anyways. The next thing I'll show you that's kind of a disappointment, you'll see here. So under the seat right there is a nut. There was a thumb screw. I took it off because I'm probably going to delete it, so you can access the top of the motor and everything. Here's our dipstick, which you have to bend around. So that's kind of just poor planning. I'm going to end up probably cutting a hole and trimming it out so you can check it from the front without lifting the seat. I'm also probably going to delete this because it's got rubber bumpers, and if you're worried about the seat flying forward that much, you're already in trouble. There's no seat belt or anything. So yeah, I mean, pretty decent. You can see some stray wires everywhere. Like there's some here, there's two that are taped up right there. I'm assuming it's because we don't have all the options that, like, say, a diesel would have. So that's a thing. The other thing I have not found yet, and I don't think has, is no oil cooler. Because we have this big V-twin, I don't necessarily know where we would put it either. So I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to probably reinvent the wheel with. See, dual pumps. Let's see if I can get you in there. Dual pumps. One's for pilot, one's for the regular controls. You can see some rust stamp kind of stuff everywhere. There's your oil fill. That's good to get at the air filter. It does have an oil cooler on this engine with an oil filter underneath. That's probably not the worst spot. I mean, you can get in there and change it. Not too bad. I am going to add a hose for draining the oil. I already have that. So that's going to have to be done. But all in all, besides a little bit of damage from shipping, and don't know what that was, a little damage from shipping, it really isn't too bad. I wish it would have had a hydraulic cooler, but I knew when I took the gamble on this machine that it might not have one. And then this is probably, because this is just a lot of extra, like I can shim this up, but realistically I'm probably gonna have to make new pedals because, you know, it is tight. So, you know, maybe I will angle everything over this way a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. I haven't figured this out yet. My buddy suggested spinning these around, but as you see, I don't think I'm gonna have the room for that. So there's quite a bit of throw. So that's something I'm gonna have to investigate. But ultimately, let's put some gas in this thing and see if I can get it fired up. Well, there's a couple things I noticed instantly. For one, it's going to need a cushion valve. Definitely going to need a cushion valve, very jerky side to side. I mean, these machines are lighter, and so you kind of get that. The other thing is, too, it's got the shipping bullshit oil in it. So as you can see, that's not great. So I'm going to have to change all that. So we're going to get it serviced up, and we're going to continue on from there. I got to change all the fluids before I get any time on it, but so far, all in all, I'm pretty impressed. I bought it knowing that I was going to have to put some work into it, so. Well, I found a major dislike. See the size of that. See the size of that. Just moving it a little bit. My ass got hot. All that heat is escaping up. Now, another thing to note too, this cable is melting against it. So this is just literally up in there, but there's so much heat in this thing, which granted we knew, or I should say I knew would be an issue. They make exhaust covers for this, but all this metal is so piping hot, so I'm gonna have to get a good blanket for this and cross ventilation fan because it's hot. Also, this lovely spray paint they did stinks because it wasn't that high temp. So that's a thing. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Should this be the model that you guys are getting? Should you guys order direct from AGT? I don't know. Subscribe. We got some more videos coming up on this where as I put some time into modifying it and just running it and getting it to in a situation where it can be ran, I'll really truly be able to formulate that opinion. But I just wanted to get kind of an overview video of what this model was and what it comes with and what you might expect for when you do order directly from AGT. But as you can see, it's stripped down now. In the coming weeks, you'll see the mods that I'm doing to it to improve its performance, the mods that I've had to do just to get things to work the way they're supposed to, as well as routine stuff as just a service, and then actually doing some work with it. So if you guys please subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you want to see some more. Thanks for watching.